Welcome back to more news you can use. And coming up next are our two fabulous guests, the Queen of the Bounce, Hillary Gooden, and Mary Jo Rathgeb. Hello, and welcome back to more news that you can use, bringing you news every time we come in front of you that you can use. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that we're back with more news you can use. And guess what? I've got a phenomenal guest co-host here tonight. She is the queen of the lymphatic bounce herself. Miss Hillary Gooden is on with us tonight, and I have got another young lady here tonight that is going to blow you away as we talk about the human design. Now, some of you may be saying, Lotus, what is the human design? Well, I'm not going to tell you what the human design is. I'm going to let my special guest share with you what human design is. And I double dog dare you to like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that news that you can use is back in stride again. So when you come in, please don't hesitate. Go ahead and bring a friend as you come in and let us know where you're streaming in from. We always want to know where you're streaming in from so we can say a special hello to you and everyone you know. And by the way, don't hesitate to go ahead and get something nice to drink, to sip on while we have this discussion. Tonight, I'm drinking some elderberry tea. Have a sip with me. Ooh, that's good stuff. And it's great for your immune system. So if your immune system is a little low, go ahead and get you some elderberry tea. It'll help you out. So with no further ado, I am going to come right back to you with my special guest co-host, Miss Hillary Gooden. She is the queen of the lymphatic bounce, giving us more bounce to the ounce. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the show with more news you can use with our special co-host, Hillary Gooden. Hey, how you doing, Hillary? How are you, my dear?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Glad to always be back here again.
Awesome. So tonight, folks, as you come on in, run and tell a friend. We've got more news you can use. And tonight, Hillary Gooden, she is the queen of the lymphatic bounce. Okay. But not only is she the queen of the lymphatic bounce, she is also the CEO of Vibrant Life and a lymphatic health coach. So, Hillary, we have got a wonderful guest tonight, and we're going to get right into it. And can you tell us a little bit about what you know about why the human design is so important?
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm on.
We can hear you. Tell us again, Hillary. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what I think it is something that can help you to know your life design, the plan that you may have for your life, to see if it's lining up with what God has prepared and purpose for you. It's always good to know you're on the right track.
Awesome. I like that answer. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong, but I like it. And on that note, I'm going to have a little sip of some water. So this is what's not only in my cup, but about to be in my mouth tonight. So if you have some Izumia water, go ahead and grab some and take a sip with me. That's good stuff. We stay hydrated around here, folks. We stay hydrated. If you're saying hydrated too, put a number 2 in the comment below. If you are staying hydrated as well, put a number 2 in the comment block below. I got to take another sip, Hillary, because you had me bouncing early this morning.
Oh, we bounced
Hillary
good
plays no
this
games.
morning.
Yes, we bounced all week, folks, and we're going to tell you about that as we come back. So with no further ado, let's go ahead, Hillary, and look at some of the folks that's already chiming in, because we've got a fabulous guest and we've got to go backstage and get her out here. So hey, Kathy Oshiro, good to see you all the way from Hawaii. Lori's coming in from Los Angeles, and of course everybody know Hillary's coming in from Chi-Town, and we got some number 2, so that's great. We so appreciate you. So make sure you like, share, start a watch party. And we're going to get into this thing because tonight our topic is the human design. And so many of you may be asking, what is the human design? And I said it earlier, I'm not going to give it away because I've got Mary Jo Rathgeb here. She is so amazing. And she's going to tell all of us what the human design is. So if you want to know what the human design is, if you want to know, put in a number 4. If you want to know, put in a number 4. And we're going to be right back with our special guest. Be right back. Tonight, you come to the right place with more news you can use with Lotus Richey and her special co-host, Ms. Hillary Gooden, the queen of the lymphatic balance. And tonight, we're going to be talking about the human design with Mary Jo Rathgeb. She's amazing, and so are you. Get your notepad and pen. It's time to win with news you can use. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, we was getting our little sippy sips in of our drink while we took that quick break. So with no further ado, I want to welcome our wonderful guest. She is a speaker, she's a trainer, but most importantly, she is well adept at the human design. She's a human design consultant, and she's going to consult with us right here today. So please welcome our guest, your guest, our friend that's going to help you and all of us win, Miss Mary Jo Rathgeb. Hello, Mary Jo.
Hi.
How are you today? Okay, say that again. We didn't hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. All right. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
All right, fantastic. Doing fantastic. Super duper happy to have you on the show. Mary Beth, can you tell folks a little bit more about you, more than I've shared, because I know that you focus on the human design and you consult people on the human design, but many people are not sure exactly really who you are. So please share with our audience who you are. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay. So I am Mary Jo Rathgeb, and in addition to being a human design consultant, I am a life transitions coach, and my company is Creative Directions for Living. And what I do is I help people to really define what success for themselves is, and then help them set a path so that they can go live that.
All right. You made that short, sweet, and to the point. I like that. She's also a transition coach. So those of you that need some help in the way of transition, she can help. So with that being said, we're going to get right into it, because we've got folks streaming in, jumping on board. Hi, Angie, all the way from Washington, D.C. It's always happy to have you here. We've got the remarkable Scott Harrod. Happy to see you here. We've got a gazumo of 4s. That's right, gazumo. I made that word up. It may not be a word, but you could use it. Gazumo. Michael Thomas is here. It's good to see you. Katina York is here. Hey, Katina, happy to have you here. Lori's coming in from Los Angeles, and she said, "You ladies are all color coordinated, so gorgeous. You know, we didn't even realize it, but you're right." And Tyra is here. Hey, Tyra, good to see you. She said, "You all are looking good." And guess what, Tyra? We see your pictures, so are you. So we're gonna get right into this wonderful, wonderful discussion this evening. We are talking to a young lady that is going to help us understand what the human design is, how it affects us, and how we can leverage that knowledge in our life. So we're going to get right into it. And I think Miss Hillary has the first question.
So, Miss Mary Jo, what is human design?
Well, Hillary, human design is a system that was actually downloaded in 1987 by a person named and it is a synthesis of many different ancient wisdom systems and modern science. And so it's a little bit of pieces of astrology and the I Ching and the Kabbalah and the chakra system, as well as quantum physics and the human genome system.
So it's the human genome, it's quantum physics, it's a Kabbalah, it's a myriad of things that culminate to help us really have a more substantial way of looking at what it means to be human and to have a spiritual connection is what I'm hearing. Is that right?
Yes, it's basically, you know, what it does is it's a map that shows you how your energy interacts, not only with, the inspiration and ideas and everything else like that, but also both the conscious and the unconscious parts of yourself. And so when you look at a human design chart, you're really seeing a blueprint for how you are energetically wired to be and interact in the world.
Awesome. So if you are ready to find out more about what the human design is, because she's already shared it, we're going to go a little bit deeper on the human design because it's critically important. I'm going to go right to it. So Mary Jo, how did you get started in the human design?
So I got started in human design. I was introduced to it while I was actually learning more about other systems, including scientific hand analysis. And the human design really piqued my interest because once I had a reading, I really got to understand things about my life that I had never really understood before, and also judged myself for. And once I understood that that was actually how I was designed and wired to be, I not only accepted myself and who I am, I also started to work with the design, and my life just got easier and more fulfilling and successful.
So very quickly, I heard you say you judged yourself for certain things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I then also heard you say, the way I interpret it, it helped you to understand more about yourself. So then you came away from some of those judgmental moments. You came
Absolutely.
away from some of those defeating thoughts and doubts about yourself and really moved into a more pleasant way of being in your mind, body, and soul.
Yes, 100%.
All right. Fantastic. So with that being said, I know that the human design, you get into the nitty gritty of it. So getting down into the nitty gritty of it, I know Hillary want to ask you this, or maybe I can ask you this. What can people really learn about themselves? Because I know Hillary got some secret sauce for us. So what can people really learn about this, Mary Jo?
So on let's start with like a broad scale level. What they can learn about themselves is there's 5 different types in human design, and what that knowledge gives you is a way of interacting in the world and entering into big opportunities in your life, where you work, relationships, where you live, big opportunities, in a way that is correct energetically for you so that you can go with the flow versus struggle or resist or, kind of fight and upstream.
All right, fantastic. So those of you, if you're familiar with the term human design and you know much about it, go ahead and put a number 3 in the comment block below. Yes, we did a 4 earlier. Now we're coming back to a 3. Put a number 3 if you didn't know, like me, exactly what the human design is, because number 3, if you didn't know exactly like me what the human design is, because we're here to help people really understand what this thing is all about. So we want to dip right into some secret sauce, the secret sauce, so that you can get lost all up into the secret sauce and dip it like your grandmother's biscuit right in the sauce. That's what Miss Hillary Gooden is going to do for you tonight. So Hillary, you want to tell them the secret sauce on the chart that some people might get? Do you know somebody that had this chart thing done?
You did.
she said you did, but we got some more secret sauce though. Somebody else.
Okay. I had it done, but so she's gonna surprise me tonight. And so it's secret sauce indeed. I got my biscuit already ready.
So if you want some secret sauce, you got your biscuit ready, you ready to dip in the secret sauce, go ahead and put a number 5 in the comment block below. Put a number 5 in the comment block below, and we're going to take a quick break and come back and let you know. Many people are trying to get in front of people on social media and don't know how, because they don't know how to live stream. Well, you've come to the right place at the right time. And if you want to get noticed, you need to see Lotus. So reach out to her at www.lotusigniteyou.com. That's www.lotusigniteyou.com, so that you can get in front of the people that need your services and your products today. All right, so we are back. You want the secret sauce? You want to get your biscuit and sop it all up in the secret sauce? I got people saying, tell us more, tell us more. Okay, let's look at the 3s. Very interesting topic. Thank you so much. For Facebook user, we can't see you, but we're happy that you're here. We got some 5s going on. Lori says, you're making me hungry. You're making me hungry. Well, Les Brown said you got to be hungry. So, so we are making folks hungry around here today. So with no further ado, we are going to bring right to you the secret sauce of what the human design is about and a chart to help you figure it out. And Mary Jo Rathgeb, she's here and she's going to walk us through this thing. Okay. So
this is Hillary's chart. And before we dive into the secret sauce, first I want to lay out some of the ingredients, if that's okay, so that we can understand a little bit about what we're getting into. I had talked about the 5 types earlier, and those are manifester, which is someone who is designed to initiate, and that's about 10% of the population. We also have generators, and those are people who are here to work, and they have consistent life force, workforce energy. That's about 35% of the population. We have manifesting generators who are also generators, but then can also manifest because they have what's called a motor directly to the throat. That's about 35%. They are also worker bees and doers. And then there's projectors, which is what I am. That's about 20% of the population. And then there's reflectors, which are actually very rare. There's only 1%. And they are here to really be mirrors for the environment that they're in. And so they're kind of the canaries in the coal mine where, when their health is good, then everyone around them is good too. And if they are in any way not good, then then it's a reflection of what's going on around them. Hence the reflector.
Okay,
And
so hold up. Wait. We're gonna stop right here. Get your notepad. Get your notepad and pen, because it's time to win with more news you can use, because Mary Jo is laying it out for you with the secret sauce. Get your biscuit to sop it up, but in order to sop it up, you got to write it down. So write this down. Take notes. Why? Because note takers are money makers. Note takers are money makers. So we're going to ask you to back just a little bit, because we're talking about the 5 types in the human design.
Mhm.
The 5 types, the first one is the manifestors, right?
Manifestors, yeah.
Okay. The other ones is the generators.
Yes. That's
Okay.
35%. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, hold on. How many percent is the manifestors?
10% about.
10%. So when you say it's 10%, 10% of what?
The population.
Okay. So
The
10%
people.
of the population are manifestors.
Yes.
All right.
And they're the ones who can just go do it. They have what's called a motor to the throat. And the throat in human design is where all of the action happens. It's where, not only communication, but manifestation, action, and doing. And so the goal of the game is to get energy to the throat.
Okay. The throat chakra is
Yes.
basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
The throat chakra. So the generators are 30% of the population. Is that correct?
35, about 35.
So if you were 35,
Yes.
okay, about 35. Because give me 1 second, because I want to get these numbers right, because we want to make sure that everybody's tracking. So if you're tracking, go ahead and put a number 6 in the comment block below. If you track, and put a number 6 in the comment block below. And so the generators are about 35% of the population.
Mm-hmm.
Of the population.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the next thing you said, you talked about the projectors.
So
Is
there
that
are,
correct?
projectors are about 20%, and they're here to guide other people's energies.
Okay.
Projectors do not have a defined sacral. The generators and the manifesting generators, which is the next population we'll talk about, have defined sacrals, which give them consistent access to workforce, life force energy. Projectors have, they don't have that. They have an undefined sacral. And so they don't have the same energy that a generator or manifesting generator has.
Okay, so the manifesting generator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
and that's another.
I don't even like how that's spelled.
And that's about 35% of the population as well.
Okay.
And just to, give a tiny bit of do you want me to reveal anything yet about Hillary, or wait?
I would say tell all her business. No, I'm just messing with you. I just want to make sure for our folks that's taking notes that they understand that the manifesting generators are 35% of the population. And now what about the reflectors?
Yeah, they're 1%.
1%. Wow. 1%.
Very rare, but they're very wise. Everyone wants to know a reflector and have one in their life.
Okay. I like it. We about to tell all her business. She waving, but y'all wait, we got some secret sauce. So get your biscuits out, folks. Get your biscuits out. So we've got it. We hope you get it. If you track it, go ahead and put a 6 in the comment block below. Put a 6 in the comment block below, because we're getting ready to go there. So Michael is tracking. He put a number 6 in there. We got Sunday all the way from Hawaii. Good to see you, Sunday Kennison. Happy to have you here. And Angela is put a number 6 in there. So she's tracking. So that means, because we've got some folks, they're tracking, we're going to go to the next level. And folks, if you are just joining us here tonight, I have the wonderful pleasure to have my guest co-host with me tonight, Miss Hillary Gooden. She is the CEO of Vibrant Life, and she's a lymphatic coach. health coach. She is the queen of the lymphatic bounce. I don't care what nobody said. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And not only do I have the queen of the lymphatic bounce here, I've got the remarkable Mary Jo Rathgeb here. She is a human design consultant. She is also a transition coach. And if you are just joining us, go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that we're here with more news you could use, because we get ready to tell somebody's secret sauce. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, because we are talking about the human design, and we're going back over to this wonderful chart. So go ahead, Mary Jo.
Okay, so drum roll, please. Hillary's type is a manifesting generator.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And so what that means for Hillary actually is that you have, when you enter into opportunities correctly, you have consistent life force, workforce energy. And so you will have a lot of energy to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. And what your way to enter into opportunities is to actually tune into your gut, into your sacral area, and to get a yes or no response. And so when you're looking out at an opportunity, is this something that I am interested in doing? And you get a like or a yes or no kind of response. And I'm just curious how that, yes, tune into your gut. And how does that land for you?
That sounds about right, because that's what I'm always saying, because sometimes it can sound one way and then you can hear it one way, but then that gut feeling is usually pretty true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we hear that a lot too. We hear people say, no, trust your gut, trust your gut. So
Yes.
Mary Jo, is that your intuition? Is that your higher self? What is that?
Well, it's a gut response. It's you could call it intuition, but it's actually more of a mechanical gut response. That's just like a body knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were actually a pure generator, that would be all you would need in order to know whether or not to move forward with something versus kind of back off and be like, no. Mm-mm. And with a manifesting generator, it's a two-step process. So you don't just have that gut response, but then because you have the manifesting channel as well to the throat, you can move into it. And at any point, if your gut changes its mind and says, you know what, this isn't what I thought it was, and it's not working for me, you can actually stop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A generator, on the other hand, once they have engaged their energy, it's really hard for them to stop.
Okay.
And so, and then, that's secret sauce number one. Secret sauce number two is something called your authority. And there's 6 different types of authority, and Hillary has what's called emotional authority. And where you see that is the right hand bottom, there's that triangle lying on its side. That's your emotional solar plexus. And that is actually about half the population has that defined. And when that's defined, what that means is that there's a wave, an emotional wave that you are riding. And so in addition to the gut response, you also need to get emotional clarity. And so make sure that that response stays the same. And so instead of being really spontaneous about things, it usually works better with emotional authority to sleep on it, to give yourself some time, give yourself a couple of days until you really get this sense of clarity in the stillness in the center of your gut. And so for you, it's like really tuning into your gut is really important.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to say something.
Yes.
Because we hear people say, I just got this feeling in my gut. And I heard you say emotional authority.
Yes.
And when the emotional authority comes in place, you have to really sleep on it.
Yes.
Give it some time to marinate.
Yes.
So then you can sop it up with the biscuits.
With the biscuits.
Right? So
right.
you've got to give it some time, sleep on it. Exactly. So you got to sleep on it. Okay, fantastic. I got you. So, and as you can see, those of you that's out there, this is actually Hillary's actual chart. This isn't something that Mary Jo just did. We actually had a private conference last night, and she was so gracious to provide us certain information so that Mary Jo could do this. And if you are just tuning in and you're looking at this and you want Mary Jo to connect with you and get your life chart, just let us know at the end of the broadcast. We will share some ways for you to connect. So with that being said, because I really wanted to share with folks, this is an actual reading. This is not, this is not no game. This is an actual reading. So my question to you would be, Hillary Young. I think the year is fake. Not just messing with you, but on the real, I want to ask you what do these numbers mean? Can you tell us a little bit about these numbers?
Yes. So back in the beginning,
got my birth date all out there.
Yeah, can you hide that just so she doesn't have it anyway.
I started to move it out. Hold on. All
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We good. Hold on. Wait. There we go.
That better?
All right.
Yeah. So what those numbers are, you'll see in the column there that those numbers range from 1 to 64, and then there's little superscripts that range from 1 to 6, and those numbers are what we call gates in human design, and there's 64 of them. And so in astrology, the sky is divided into 12, and in human design, it's divided into 64. And those 64 gates actually correspond to two things. One is the I Ching, the hexagrams from the I Ching, and to the human genome system. And so that's where those 64, that's where those numbers come from. And the reason some of them are black is because those are what is called conscious. And the ones that are red are actually unconscious. And so the ones that are black, you may know this about yourself. And the ones that are red, other people might be like, oh yeah, that's Hillary. That's totally Hillary. And Hillary's like, what are you talking about? That's not me. And then sometimes there's stripy gates, and that's where you have access to both the conscious and the unconscious. And the unconscious part comes from, it's ancestral. It comes from, back in your lineage, starting with your parents, your grandparents, and back some generations.
All right, fantastic. So I like that you were able to excuse me. I like that you were able to tell us how many gates there are, because we saw a lot of these gates and we were like, what is that? What is it? So the black gates, you said, is more for our conscious. So
yeah, it's what Hillary would know to be true about herself.
What we know to be true. Okay, got it. What we know to be true. And you talked about the red gates. So could you tell us a little bit about the red gates?
Those are unconscious. And so the black gates are based on a birth, your actual birth date and time and location. And the red gates are calculated about 3 months ahead of that. And that is when the neocortex takes in a burst of genetic information. And so you're carrying that with you, but you may not be aware of it. And so, so the joke there is that, you can do 10 years of therapy, or you can have a human design reading and learn all about your unconscious.
All right. So I like that. Things we know that are true, the black gates, and things we kind of don't know, which is the unconscious, are the red gates. Okay. So Hillary, I think you had a question or something you were getting ready to ask.
Yeah. So the red ones, what does some of those numbers mean?
So those are different gate activations, and so what that means is that all of the gates have a an archetypal type of energy to them, and so they all have meaning. And I know that in this particular design, we don't have enough time to do a complete full-on reading, but there were a couple of things that you were interested in knowing about.
I want to know some secret sauce. I want to know some secret sauce. And I'm going to just put it out there. What in Hillary's chart shows that she will be good for Naturally Plus? Because let's face it, we've been drinking some Naturally Plus Izumio. And those of you that's been joining us, you know that we drink Izumio water because it's healthy for us. It has hydrogen in it. It helps to fortify our cells, and it actually breaks through the blood-brain barrier to help us to live a healthier life. So I'm going right in. We want to put the business out there. What in Hillary's chart shows that she would be a good fit for Naturally Plus, because this is, let's face it, MLM. And some people don't like MLM. Some people don't do MLMs. Come on, help me out. And some folks have done them and they failed miserably at it, and not because they're not great people. So what on her chart shows that she's a great fit for MLM?
So if you look at the yellow diamond in the middle, that's called the self center or the G center. And it's really your center for identity, purpose, and direction. And you'll see where she's got channels that run between that and the throat, which is the square, the brown square on top. She's got 2 out of 4 leadership channels defined in her chart. And when something's defined, it means that she has consistent energy there that is going to be true for her consistently, 24/7 her whole life. And so she has a logical leadership channel and she has a creative leadership channel. And then she also has another leadership gate, which is the little black one that only goes halfway up. And so Hillary's a leader. And, so I would say that, those gates alone show real promise in
what's the matter with my halfway up gate?
Hold on, wait. She said something, and I'm gonna bring her. We're gonna get right up in her face with this one, because she said something that I think we knew, but now we know it even more. She said Hillary is a what? You want to say that again?
A leader.
Hillary is a leader. All right. So if we don't say it about ourselves, who's going to say it? Yeah. So what about the halfway up gate? That's what Hillary was asking about.
Yeah. So the halfway up gate. So that's actually a leadership gate, but it's also it's a good listener. It's indicative of someone who can really listen. And so what you're going to be able to do is really hear what your client's needs are and be able to deliver what those are.
That makes sense.
Awesome. Okay. Especially when she had us bouncing and people talking about I'm tired. She heard us and she get your Zoomio, but anyway.
Yeah. But she can, the 2 different leadership channels that she has, she can appeal to people's logical side, and she can also appeal to the, creative individual side. And just, sometimes she'll be able to really be able to lay out the details and just say, this is what it is, folks. And other times she's going to say, you got to trust me.
All right. Fantastic. So folks, all of you out there, to allow your questions or your comments to be identified, go ahead and click the link, the StreamYard.com Facebook, because what we've learned is sometimes when we come on StreamYard will send it out automatically, and sometimes they don't. So for the times that they don't, we have to jump into action and make sure we say, go ahead and click that link so that we can see your information on the screen, because we all have the opportunity to learn from one another. So we've got a bunch of 6s in here. Folks wanted to know the secret sauce. And if you have any questions, now is the time to go ahead and put your question in the comment block below, and we will try to make sure you get your question answered. So Camille Robb says, hello, love this information. I'm super duper happy that you're here with us. Let us know where you're streaming in from. And great self-discovery. So if you're really trying to understand yourself more, understand if you're a true leader, or understand why you may be in a leadership role at work, but you really don't feel that you're in the right space and in the right place, this may be something you want to look at to figure out where maybe you really need to be. So with no further ado, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. So you need your commercial play somewhere? Contact Lotus and get your commercial play Need graphic design, video editing? Well, you've come to the right place. NoticeYourShadeNightU.com. Go to the website and get noticed. All right, and we're back with some more secret sauce. All right, so we've got a couple of questions, and thank you so much. So Scott said, how can I get a reading from Mary Jo? We want to know, Mary Jo, how can he get a reading?
Okay, so he can you go to my website, and there creativedirectionsforliving.com, and there is a / human design reading, and he can reach out and sign up to get one.
All right, so go right there. Go right here and sign up to get one. And when you sign up to get one, let her know that you saw her right here on the News You Could Use show. Go ahead and sign up today. Fantastic. Thank you, Scott, for your question. We greatly appreciate it. And we got another comment. Thank you for this insightful information. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. And Kathy has a question. She says, Hillary Gooden is perfect to share the Naturally Plus business and products, since she is a leader and a good listener. Yes, she is. What do you got to say about that, Hillary?
Well, that's what I am. And that's what I'm endeavoring to do, with Naturally Plus. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So another person is really interested in getting a reading with you as well. So Kathy says that she said, yes, I want to get a reading also. So fantastic. And we'd love to invite those of you that are getting a reading, if you want to come on the show and share what you learned about yourself, that would be great to let folks know that, hey, you got a reading with Mary Jo and what you learned about yourself. Because after all, we're all learning about ourselves, and too much knowledge about ourselves is not too much knowledge. Okay. And so I have another person out of Hawaii, Mary Sunday Kinnison. She would like to also have a reading from you. So fantastic. So I'm going to go right in, and I'm going to ask what the readings cost for people to have the readings, but I'm going to table that for now because I want to ask you this question first. Okay. And the question is this: where do you see leadership potential in Hillary's chart? Because we don't want to leave off Hillary's chart. We want to get to the nitty gritty.
Okay. Well, we talked about the leadership channels, and so So that's one of the places. Another place that there's leadership in her chart is actually in her profile. She's a 4/6 profile. The 4 is, the networker. That's another reason why she would be good at Naturally Plus. Mm-hmm. And that is something that would be more, conscious. The thing that may be less conscious for Hillary, though, is that she's a 6. Unconscious, and that is a role model, and so that's someone who can really, see the vision, from the top, the mountaintop, if you will. And there's a part of her that would like to just kind of stay on the mountaintop and not get down in the weeds, but she's going to be called out by her people, and and so while she might like to stay in that more shy shell of hers, she's going to break out, if she already has, but really be a role model for a lot of people.
All right, fantastic. So with that said, let's talk. Let's get a little deeper, because when we talked in private, we discovered some things about Hillary that you just actually tapped on about the shyness, because you shared that she is a 6'4". She's a 6'4".
4'6".
A 4'6". Okay, yes. Fantastic. I'm getting ready to bring this back up. She's a 4'6". Okay. And for those of you that's just joining us again, tell our audience what a 4'6" is.
Yeah, so the 4'6" is it's a profile, and again, those are made from the different trigram numbers in the hexagrams, and it is a personal. It's considered a personal profile, meaning that it's really about the life that she's leading, but because it's got this 6 in it, which is at the top of the hexagram, it's also starting to be transpersonal, meaning that there are going to be people who really call her out to get more involved than she might really want to be, and she has the vision and the potential to really see the broader picture.
Okay. So with that being said, the other night in our conversation, we talked about the fact that some of us that are leaders in the public eye, people just, wow, they're these great leaders. Like Angela said, yes, Hillary is definitely a role model and likes to network with people. But there's another secret saucy side of Hillary. So Hillary, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, well, when we were talking last night, I was telling them how I used to be so shy. And when I say I was shy, I smiled a lot. I did not talk much. I talked to a few, maybe a handful of people that I was really close to, and I could talk their ears off. I could talk their ears off after being at a networking event or at they were always trying to connect me and get me to come out of that shell. And I would find a corner, get a glass of wine or something, and just observe everybody else connecting. And it was, I don't know. I know it just sounds like, who was that person? And it was like I felt trapped, because I knew I had a lot to say, and I had much that could be contributed to conversations and all of that. But I had this thing about, what if it don't come out right? What if I sound stupid when I say it? What if they laugh at me? And so I would just hold it in and share it after the fact with my closest friends, who would say, why did you say all of that at the party? Or why did you say all of that when the conversation was fresh, So when we were talking briefly, I was like, yeah, that really is who I used to be before I became a Christian. And that just got busted out in that one, my first encounter. He just like blasted all of that, and life started happening really fast to break me out of that, making me so bold and courageous till it scared me at times.
Wow. But that is often true of people, that they are a little shy. And even though you see them in a leadership role, sometimes they really do get bashful and they really are shy. So I only imagine some of you out there that are viewing us, are you shy? And do you really know it? And do you show it? Put in number 7 in the comment block below if you know it, if you show it, or if you're shy, but nobody can see the shy guy in your eye. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back. We're almost at the top of the hour. Gosh, where did time go? Jeez. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back. We're going to share some more information of how you can contact both of these lovely ladies and also how you can contact me and also be the celebrity. We'll be right back. You want to be a celebrity guest on the show and you want to know where to go? Well, go to www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. Again, that's www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. www.lotus. You want to be a celebrity guest on the show and you want to know where to go? Well, go to www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. Again, that's www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. www.lotusrocheteignitesyou. That was interesting. The commercial did not want to play. So I guess our viewers are like, no. And while that happened, we got 3 more comments. So Scott Garrett put a 7 in there. And Laura says she's very shy. Angie has a slew of 7s. Thank you, Angie. We appreciate you. And Kathy says this is such a informative and intriguing topic. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing this knowledge. Well, thank you for also being here for us. And also one more thing, Mary Jo, we've got another person that wants a reading as well. And Lori says, me too. So of course, we're going to make sure we give her information out to you so that you can reach out to her. And also we're going to have her back on the show really soon to have maybe one of you come on and talk about your chart. And if or what it did to impact your life and help you learn more about you. Because after all, there are some things that we just don't know about ourselves unless someone tells us about it, you know? So here, Angie says we are part of the Shy Introvert Club. So if you're in the Shy Introvert Club, put SIC. SIC. If you're in the Shy Introvert Club, put SIC. SIC. And I know Mr. Scott Herod is a SIC. And Kathy says, wow, I'm in. Wow, I'm in. Angie says she's in the SIC. She's in the SIC. All right, fantastic. Kathy says, LOL, SIC. Michael Thomas says, SIC. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. So if you haven't liked, shared, and started a watch party, run and tell somebody. Like, share, start a watch party, and make sure you tell your friends if they missed it. Hit the replay and don't be SIC. Join with me as you send them the like, share, and start a watch party. Tell them to follow too. There's Scott. I was waiting for Scott. Scott said, I am the SIC. All right, fantastic. And Angie said, there you go. I'm glad to know that I'm not alone. LOL. Awesome. So listen, folks. You guys got some phenomenal energy because you guys did not want us to go away. The commercial would not play because you guys were like, no, wait. And Lotus, question, what are your numbers? You would like to know. Well, I'm not going to tell you on this show. But I do have my numbers. And if you want to know the numbers, you got to come back on our next episode with the remarkable Mary Jo Rathgeb. She's going to share my numbers, maybe. Oh. And Kathy said, totally not. But I might. Who knows? Okay. All right. Say, oh. I want to know Lotus Rochet's reading. All right. You'll have to come back on the next show. And also, I tell you what, Kathy, I double dog dare you to get your reading and come on the show with me. I'll share my reading and you can share your reading. We're going to put Mary Jo to work that night, okay? All right, fantastic. And she said, I'll be in that show. Yes, you will. Awesome. Lori, we've got some hand claps. Thank you so much. So listen, folks, we have about 4 more minutes. We're at the top of the hour and we're about to go. But we're going to try to take another quick break and we're going to come back and give you some contact information. We're going to give you some price information because, Mary Jo, we know these readings are not without cost. So we want to know what the cost is so they can get lost in the secret sauce. We're going to come back and tell them the cost. Okay. So we will be right back. Many people are trying to get in front of people on social media and don't know how because they don't know how to live stream. Well, you've come to the right place at the right time. And if you want to get noticed, you need to see Lotus. So reach out to her at www.lotusigniteyou.com. That's www.lotusigniteyou.com so that you can get in front of the people that need your services and your products today. Need graphic design or video editing? Well, you've come to the right place. Go to LotusIgniteyou.com and get the connection. Another phenomenal show with news you can use with Hillary Gooden, Mary Jo Rathgeb, and of course, your hostess with the mostest, Lotus Richey. Here to say, we've got news that you can use. All right, fantastic. So, folks, we thank you so much. Kathy says, I'm in with you to share. And Lori said, me too. So thank you so much. So Lori and Kathy are both going to be on the show. You know, Hillary is going to be on the show because we've got to have Hillary to help. Hillary will do one person. I'll do one person. And we may even have our athlete, Angela Elting, here with us too, to go over the third one because wow, Mary Jo, we are going to work every muscle in your body that night. And Tyra said, fun show, and we learned good stuff too. Well, thank you, Tyra. We appreciate you. A few of our words of wisdom as we begin to close the show. And so we're going to give you the words of wisdom as we close the show, and we're going to go right there to Mary Jo.
So the words of wisdom that I would like people to know is that, my company is Creative Directions for Living. And I think at the top of the show, we talked about, well, you weren't hearing. I can't sing. I can't draw. I don't play a musical instrument, but I am creative, and I, am creative in the way that I serve. And I know that every one of you who are watching this are creative too.
Oh,
I think Lotus went away.
Come back, Lotus.
Yeah, but I'm back.
You're back.
All right. Can you see me now?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. So I was saying, Mary Jo, that was right quick and to the point, but let's see if we can do it again. The system's acting a little crazy. So please tell everybody again how they can reach you.
Okay.
And tell them what the price is for that reading.
Okay, so you can reach me, as you can see on the screen, through creativedirectionsforliving.com. If you want a reading, /human-design-readings. And for a 90-minute reading, which can be either in one fell swoop or it can be broken out into 2 different readings, is $300.
All right, fantastic. So, I've got a question. I always like my viewers to get some type of savings. So, what type of savings can they get? Are you going to send them a t-shirt? Are you going to take off like 2%, 10%, 20%? Or are you just going to have a mystery guest come back to the show and read them on the show or right before the show?
Ooh, well, I can do a discount for people. So if you tell me that you saw this on the show, I will take, she was a 4-6 profile. So what if I take, or there's 64 gates. I'm making things up right now. Tune into my gut. Take $64 off the price. How does that sound?
Woo! $64 off the price. If you like that, she took $64 off the price. Put a number 8 in the comment block below. $64 off the price, folks. That's close to $100. It's over 50. $64 off. $64 off her normal price. $64 off her normal price. You cannot beat that with a baseball bat. Okay, so I see some folks, they are like super happy. Woohoo! Catherine said, woohoo! And they said, thank you so much. No, thank you. We appreciate you. And Tyra said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting out of our comfort zone for sure. Already want to vomit. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I have Denise Hurst coming in from Chi-Town. Chi-Town, good to see you. And Lori know how we do it. Hot seat, here we come. That's right. Here we come, hot seat. So great. So Scott put in the 8, Tyra put in the 8. So thank you so much. So we appreciate it. $64 off. Mary Jo, wow. Sunday put her 8 in there. Wow. Thank you so much, Mary Jo. That's amazing. So with that being said, she's given us all some words of wisdom. And she's encouraging us to really get out of our comfort zone and really trust our gut with getting some things done in our life. And the only way that we're going to know is if we know, because after all, we don't know what we don't know. So with that being said, I'd like to ask someone else for some secret sauce. Our queen of the bottom bounce, the queen lymphologist herself, Miss Hillary Gooden. Would you give us some words of wisdom? And don't forget, please tell them how to get that trampoline.
All right. The wisdom for, excuse me. Gotta take a little quick sip.
Take a little quick sip.
Okay. As a vibrant life coach and lymphologist, what I do is promote vibrant life and the fact that you have the power to make that happen. It's already in you. And what Mary Jo did tonight was showing me, some things that are already there. The leadership and the other stuff that she talked about. I resonated with it because I've always known it. Even though I had those fears, that when I got past some of the fears, then I was able to allow that person, that leader that was already there to emerge. So there's greatness in all of us. We hear that term a lot. There's greatness in you. And there really is.
Yep.
There really is. And when you hear something like this, it exposes it and causes you to hear it and know it on a different level. So that kind of give you permission to be who you really are, who God intended you to really be in this earth, on this ball that we all live on.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to be you.
Awesome. So really trust your gut. Trust your gut. And how can we get that trampoline for those of us that's on this health quest, trying to lose some of the extra pounds we've gained over this period of COVID?
So trying to lose some of the extra pounds, as well as to work your lymphatic system, activate your lymphatic system for better health. And that you can go to bit.ly/bounce for health. And there I've suggested trampoline like the one that I use. And you can check it out right there at bit.ly/bounce for health.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. I love it. And we still have more people streaming in. Esther, good to see you. She said, great to see you, Mary Jo. All right. So Esther, super happy to have you here. Also, Kathy said, thank you so much. Another awesome show with an educational twist. Of course, we always want to give some education out. More bounce to the ounce with that education. Then Angie said, there is a greatness in all of us. Bring who you are. That's right. And don't forget to watch my Bring Who You Are show with the wonderful ladies that I co-host with. We will be doing a replay this week, a replay of talking about iridology. You don't want to miss that. And Kathy said, COVID-19 like freshman 20, LOL. That's right. All right. And Sunday said, I got my bouncy. Well, not only does she have her bouncy, folks, we are doing a universal bounce or a global bounce coming up. So make sure you get in where you fit in and make sure you get your trampoline. And so tonight, I'm going to leave you with some wonderful words of wisdom myself. So my words of wisdom to each and every one of you is this right here. Don't be afraid to trust yourself. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And investing in yourself is like, go ahead and get that trampoline if you're trying to get those extra pounds off. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself, because nobody can do for you what you will do for you. And always know, above all, that the higher source loves you. The higher source is rooting for you. So if you don't feel like you have any cheerleaders in your corner, you have got some cheerleaders in your corner. So root for yourself, believe in yourself, and always tune in to your gut. Okay. So we thank you so much for joining us tonight. And Lori said, thank you, ladies, and thank you too, because we come to do what we come to do, and that is bring wonderful news to you with more news that you can use. So I thank you so much. Thank you, Angie, as well. We appreciate you. You always lickety split on the spot. And we got so many people still chiming in. Great advice. Thank you. Thank you, Esther. And Kathy said, let's bounce. I think it is working on me to start losing pounds since I've started bouncing again. Thank you for your show to get me back into using the trampoline. And also, Sunday said, great show. So thank you, Sunday, for telling us great show. And always we come with more news you can use on these great shows, because we definitely want to give you more information from a premise that's going to help you help yourself ignite and take flight in every area of your life. So we'll see you soon. Take care, and may the higher source bless you. Good night. Many people are trying to get in front of people on social media and don't know how, because they don't know how to live stream. Well, you've come to the right place at the right time. And if you want to get noticed, you need to see Lotus. So reach out to her at www.lotusigniteyou.com.